million-dollar supercars, luxury mansions, and addiction to food? This is the lifestyle of Zion Williamson. Zion was born in Salisbury, North Carolina, and he's been all about sports since his very earliest days. My guy Big Z was athletic from the jump. Not only did he play basketball growing up, but he also excelled in soccer and football. Golly, can you imagine getting tackled on the field by Zion, or trying to jump up for a header with him in soccer? Finish him. Zion's parents pretty much set my guy up on a path of an athlete, as his dad Lateef Williamson was a football defensive lineman at Mayo High School in Darlington, South Carolina, and was a high school All-American in 1993 and attended Livingstone College. Pretty impressive, right? But that's not all. Zion's mom, Sharonda Sampson, was a sprinter at Livingstone and worked as a middle school health and physical education teacher. And what's even crazier is even after his birth parents divorced, his mom got remarried to another star athlete, former college basketball player Lee Anderson. So even Zion's step-pops was an elite athlete. So sports were really everywhere Zion looked, and all he was about from the very beginning. So Williamson grew up in Spartanburg, a town of roughly 40,000 in northeast South Carolina. And while the potential of Zion's athleticism was no doubt in part due to his insane genetics, don't get it twisted. This kid had the Mamba mentality to get the absolute most out of his potential. At age 5, Zion became obsessed with becoming a college basketball star, and he began waking up every morning at 5 a.m. to train when he was just 9 years old. I mean, this child was waking up earlier than adults with a 9 to 5 to make his dreams a reality. With his mom as his coach, Zion competed in youth leagues and played for his first AAU team, the Sumter Falcons, in the under 10 division. But get this, he was just 5 years old playing with the 9-year-olds. After playing travel ball for a while, he eventually joined his first middle school team at John Aiken Middle School in Marion, South Carolina, where he was again coached by his mother and averaged over 20 points per game. In middle school, bro, that's just crazy. As Zion's insane talent and work ethic became obviously apparent to anyone watching, he climbed the AAU ranks and was playing against better and better competition. Eventually, Zion joined the top-tier South Carolina Hornets AAU team and started playing in major tournaments. This was a major step for him, as he not only got to face up against top players and be seen by top recruiters, but he also got a chance to play with a then no-star recruit, but future NBA superstar and draft classmate, Ja Morant. Man, can you imagine playing AAU against Zion and Ja Morant? There's no way you're not gonna get cooked. Because these dudes dunk everything. But man, Zion had it way before Ja, because Zion got his first dunk in 9th grade at 14 years old, and bro started quickly blowing up online shortly after, with his grown man looking physique and incredible athleticism having scouts and basketball fans on notice. Dude was barely in high school and landing brutal dunks for fun. Zion attended Spartanburg Day School, where he led his team to 3 straight state championships, and by now Zion's slam dunks were a national sensation, as he was dunking from the free throw line, hitting 360 windmills, all with the quickness of a guard and doing things we just never seen from a 275-pounder. The hype was real, and even casual basketball fans knew this man's name. The hype got so big that people started calling him the best player since LeBron when he was just 16 years old. Man, that's a lot of pressure. Zion attended Duke for his college career, making his childhood dream from 9 years old come true. He loved being at Duke so much that he wanted to come back for his second year, but Coach K quickly put a kibosh on that, saying, "You're going to the draft. I'm locking you out of the gym if you try to come back." And in his one season, Zion won pretty much everything there was to win. I mean, everything. ACC Player of the Year, ACC Athlete of the Year, ACC Rookie of the Year, and so on and so on. But all those successes didn't come without their lows, and Zion's low was a pretty concerning one. Just seconds into Zion's first Duke vs North Carolina game, Williamson made a quick move to the basket and awkwardly fell as his shoe literally exploded, doing the splits and sustaining a grade 1 right knee sprain. To this day, I've never seen someone completely annihilate a shoe like Zion did that day. And this game was such a huge event and there were so many eyes on it that this PR disaster for Nike literally single-handedly caused Nike's stock to drop and lose over 1.1 billion of its value in minutes. Anyways, being the most hyped up player of all time in the internet era, I don't need to tell you how many NBA teams were desperate to draft him. But the Pelicans won the first overall pick, and selecting Big Z back then was a no-brainer. Although, after the careers have played out, there's definitely an argument in hindsight that they should have taken Ja Morant number 1, as although Zion has played at an all-NBA level when on the court, he's had massive issues staying on the court as he's mostly been unable to stay healthy consistently, while Ja has been much more durable. Since then, Zion was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team for 2020 and also bagged an NBA All-Star appearance in his first 3 years with the big boys. Being just 22 years old, the future's still very bright for Zion, despite all the trolls and haters online talking about his weight and questioning his work ethic. But how does Zion capitalize on this hype, man? How much is he holding in them pockets? And what's his lifestyle like off the hardwood? Let's dive in. Now, when healthy, Zion has been one of the most dominant players in the entire NBA. And you better believe he gets paid like it too. Even if he is becoming the new Anthony Davis when it comes to being glass. Now, Zion signed a max extension with the Pelicans with a ground amount of $193 million for 5 years. It's set to kick in next season. And notice I said ground amount, and that's because the deal has contract escalators and incentives that could round up the total to $231 million. Golly, that's a whole lot of Mountain Dews, man. But Zion been getting bread because, as we know, this generation of hoopers is influencers, and they're able to leverage their social media capital to get crazy deals. In fact, when Zion was still a teenager in 2020, he was ranked 57th on Forbes' list of world's highest paid athletes. Now, Zion's net worth is estimated to be about $27 million as of now, but we know those numbers are about to skyrocket once that new contract kicks in. But Zion doesn't just get bread from playing on that court. You know he's got to leverage that name, image, and likeness to bring in extra bang for his buck. So my guy Zion was able to sign an endorsement deal with Jordan Brand for 5 years and $75 million in 2019. At the time, that deal was the second largest rookie shoe deal in history, behind only the GOAT, LeBron James. Zion also has many other deals with top companies such as Gatorade, Mountain Dew, as we mentioned, 2K Sports, plus merchandise agreements with Panini and Fanatics. Only 3 years into the pros, Zion has already earned over $20 million from his endorsement portfolio. And you know my man's not just blowing all his bread on Mountain Dew, burgers, and PS5s, man. My guy's trying to become a billionaire like LeBron, and he's making big time investments. The 22-year-old made a stake in Whatnot, an online community marketplace that raised over $224 million in September 2019. Zion was part of the second funding round of this company, as he made his investment in September 2021, alongside Andre Iguodala and 7 other investors. So yeah, my dude's raking it in, and we don't know how much of an NBA YoungBoy fan Zion is, but he's sure to never be broke again. Oh, come on, guys, come on. Ooh, tough crowd. So let's check out Zion's mansions, starting with his crib in Hidden Hills, California. CA? I thought this dude played in Louisiana. Seems like a long drive to practice. Nah, I'm just playing. You know how these celebrity dudes are, all gotta have a house in LA. Now this crib is gorgeous. 14,000 square feet with 7 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms. It sits on a 2.34 acre lot with plenty of room for work or play. The house is designed in a French countryside style with lots of big windows letting in natural light. In Zion's luxury mansion, the house has a wine cellar, a handcrafted stone fireplace, an infinity pool, and even its own elevator from the first to second floor. Man, there's an easy joke in there about Zion being so big that he needs an elevator in his crib. But here at GPT, we don't take shots below the belt like that, only below the muffin top. But in reality, the joke's on me, and that's because Zion's luxury mansion cost $19.9 million. But that isn't his only crib. You know he had to take care of Mom Dukes, so Zion bought his mom a mansion as well. His mom has a gorgeous French-style house in the Garden District of New Orleans, and the New Orleans house cost over $3 million. And for the last few years, she's been trying to add an extension to the house via the roof, but the HSA in a historic neighborhood like that is providing a lot of resistance. Do you think she needs a 4th story because Zion keeps hitting his head on the ceiling when he comes over for dinner? Now Zion is freakishly quick on the court and is one of the fastest big men we've ever seen. So you know my guy's gotta be into some fast whips to match. Let's check out his car collection. Starting it off, Zion owns a black custom Ford Raptor, designed just for him by DreamWorks Motorsports. This monster ride features many off-road modifications and a custom interior to Zion's specific taste. This thing is a beast with addictive desert design bumpers, custom roof rack, custom LED lights, custom leveling kit, with a full satin black wrap with tons of accents. Not to mention he has a custom lit enclosure and red leather upholstery with Zion's personal logo on it. This bad boy set Zion back at least $250,000. Next up is Zion's white Mercedes AMG G63. This monster generates 416 horsepower and 450 pounds per foot of torque with a 9-speed automatic transmission. This ride cost Zion $130,000. And Zion, like many NBA stars, has a thing for Mercedes because one wasn't just enough. He had to splurge on two more: a white AMG GT and a sleek black Mercedes AMG S63. And those two cost $100,000 a piece. But Zion's a big boy and he's from the country, so you know this guy's gotta have an off-roader or two to get rolling around in the mud. So Zion copped a 4-door Jeep Wrangler for $75,000. What can I say, man? The dude likes to have car options for all styles and occasions. And speaking of style, Zion also has a thing for dripped out watches, as he was spotted at the 2019 NBA draft wearing an iced out gold and diamond Rolex watch worth over $120,000. And if you think it's a waste of money just to buy a watch, wait till you see what he spent bands on his 20th birthday. This dude treated himself to a specially customized Thanos gauntlet with real gems replacing the Infinity Stones. And this crazy expensive toy set him back $50,000. Man, this dude Zion really like a big kid, man, spending 50 racks on a Thanos toy. Now, Zion may be one of the brightest and most electrifying stars in the NBA, but let me tell you, in comparison to other NBA stars, his love life is far from flashy. There's really not too much info on his dating life online, as Zion keeps that side pretty private. He was rumored to be in a relationship with Cobra Kai actress Peyton List after pictures of the two surfaced on the internet, but you know how those things are. You could just be standing next to someone and the paparazzi will say you're dating online. In 2018, Zion was in a relationship with his then high school girlfriend from Spartanburg, Tiana White. Tiana was on the school's volleyball team and was a cheerleader, so that explains how them two got together. They announced that relationship on IG Live in 2018, and they were together for about 3 years until 2021. But that's when fans noticed that they both unfollowed and ghosted each other. So it's pretty clear they're no longer together. So Zion might be single now, but when you look at how goofy this dude is, he just comes across as a dude that don't have much game, even though he got lots of bread. I don't know if it's just me, but he just looks like the type of dude that just doesn't pull. It's just the vibe I get. But I'm pretty sure with that $200 million deal, it's just a matter of time before you see this dude popping out with some type of supermodel or Hollywood actress of some kind. After all, even if he don't have game in the streets, he's got game on that court. All jokes aside, Zion's game on the court and lifestyle is just crazy. But not as crazy as LaMelo Ball's lifestyle. This dude drops millions on chains, had a Lambo when he was 16, and he was a 9-figure athlete before he even got drafted. And you know LeVar put him on the map with that Big Baller brand. But there's a dark side to the story. Was Big Baller brand a Big Baller scam? If you want to hear about LaMelo Ball's crazy lifestyle, click this link right here, man. Come on, man, click it. You still didn't click it yet. Come on, bro, what are you doing?